Hi, my name is Peter Walker. I'm the CEO of Coffee One. www.coffeeone.com.au. Welcome back to Coffee One video clips. Today I'm going to do a quick demonstration on how to adjust the volumes and the settings for the beverages in your Caramelli ammonia coffee machine. First process is to turn the machine off. So you open the small window here and you press the small button, the circle with the dash in the middle, which will now turn your machine off. Second step, you press and hold the shift button. You'll now see in your visual display, insert password. You need to enter the number 3 button 5 times. You'll now see in the visual display it says info reset. That is to set all the records. We don't want to do that. The second one is dose program. So you press the plus button to go. The plus brings you down. It says dose programming. To now enter the dose programming parameters, you press the enter button in your touchpad here. The machine will go through a reset process and then appear on the screen here again, doses, slight adjustment. We're going to completely adjust the program, so you need to go to the next one down, which is set doses. So you press the plus button again. It now highlights set doses. We wish to enter that, so we go enter. Once you're in the enter program to start changing the doses, you will see the espresso light is lit permanently, and which corresponds with the beverage you've got here on the screen. So it says on the screen espresso, espresso is lit. Today we're going to adjust the cappuccino foam, so we need to scroll down till we find the cappuccino. So we go to the programming touchpad here and we'll press the plus and you'll see it scrolling down. As it scrolls down, the beverage corresponds with the light in the visual display. So here we are now, visual display, says cappuccino, corresponds with the cappuccino button down the bottom. To now adjust that button, you go enter. It's now asking you, we actually are now in that program button, it says coffee milk. We know that is correct, so we go enter, which will move to the next parameter. It says on the screen cappuccino, we know that's correct, we go enter. This says select icon, so you can change the nature of your cup. You can have a big cup or a small cup, whatever you prefer. We'll leave the cup as is, so we'll go enter. It's now asking us in the next parameter for extra milk. That is the process when you're in normal operation mode. If you press and hold the button, it will override the program and give you extra foam. It's set for disabled at the moment, we'll leave it as disabled. The next parameter is decaf, which is this chute here. You can adjust the decaf on or off by the plus or minus. If you went plus, you're now enabled. If you go again, it's disabled. Once you've got set what you want, you press enter. The next parameter is grind time, which is the amount of time your grinder will run to make your espresso. It's now set for 5 seconds. You can adjust that up or down, 5.2, 5.1, 5. Once you're at the desired time you want, you go enter. It's now asking you for pre-fusion. That is the water that comes prior to your extraction. We normally set it for 10 mils. You can adjust that also, up or down. Once you have it set for where you desire, you go enter. It's now asking you for the pause after the pre-fusion, which we normally set for 2 seconds. Once you're happy with 2 seconds, you go enter. The next parameter is the water volume for your espresso shot. We normally set that for 60 mils. If you're using a large cup, you can maybe mark it up to 80 or 90. To adjust it, you press plus or minus. Once you have the desired volume, you go enter. It's now asking you for extra water. So in other words, what that means is every time you increase the water on your brewer, rather than put it all through your brewing chamber to burn your coffee, if say you wanted 100 mils, you could have 60 mils extraction time and 40 mils extra, which would bypass the brewer. We normally leave that for 0, but you can adjust that plus or minus accordingly, depends how you want the beverage. Once you have the desired effect, you go enter. It's now asking you whether you want the boiler temperature displayed on or off. If you have it on, it won't let you make a beverage until the boiler temperature comes up to the operating temperature of 92 every time. So my recommendation, if it's a very busy machine, leave it in off and it will run up to about 85 degrees. So go enter. Here now we have the cake competition, which is the pressure of the tamper coming down on your cake. We'll normally set that in our workshop for you, so I suggest you just go enter and accept the setting. The next parameter is water pump. Yes, you do want the water pump on, so you go enabled, enter. Now, when you do your foam and your milk, you can do foam and milk before the coffee or after the coffee. The milk before is always shown in this display as pre. So if you wanted to do a pre, you could mark up or down accordingly by your plus or minus. Once you have the desired effect, you go enter. We normally recommend you would always have your milk after the coffee, you get a much nicer beverage. So here we've got foam milk pre, also set for 0, enter. You now have a pause. So if you wanted to, you could set some foam and milk before the coffee, then a pause, then some foam. If you're just doing straight pre or post, you need your pause to be on 0. So once you've got 0, you go enter. Here we now have steam milk post. We're not putting any milk into the cappuccino, so you go leave that at 0, go enter. The foam milk post will be the foam that comes after your coffee. Now of course if you've got much larger mugs, you'll need a longer second time. In other words, the milk is drawn by seconds, so if you wanted more milk, you increase the seconds. If you want less milk or less foam, you decrease it. We've got set for 15. If you want to increase the volume, you can mark that up or down by plus or minus, then enter. Once you've done all that, you've been right through all the parameters. The visual display will now say delivery test. You can place your cup under here, and by pressing the espresso, the flashing light here, it will go through and make a beverage to those settings that you just set. We don't need to do that for now because you test that for yourself. So you go enter. Once you want to go beyond the delivery test, you go enter again. It's now back into the programming parameters where you can go up or down and pick the beverage. So if you're now complete and you want to escape, you go here to the escape button. You go once, twice. You're now back into the normal operation mode. Thank you very much. I hope you've learnt how to now adjust your beverages for your Caramelio Ammonia. My name is Peter Walker. I'm the CEO of Coffee One. www.coffeeone.com.au. Thank you.